Hey. This young lady told me, said, Chris, you got to bring the energy because I be bringing the energy. What kind of energy you be bringing? You do be bringing energy. I was dry because that was special. We had to prepare. I had to ease it down. Oh. So what did I supposed to do now? Tell them what you was.
You was like, we got the man in the building, the first Black African-American mayor. Oh, on to the announcements. Like,
okay, so now what should I do? Now show us the intro. Give us the intro.
Okay, I'm gonna have to wake up then. Let me get up. Okay, we got Lady Z, the God is in the building. We got Musty Man, aka Chris Brown, Toya Capri for the Love Movement podcast, and in the building we got Sterling Brown and Mayor Katrina Thompson. There it is.
God bless you. And that's what
that was a whole lot of energy.
And listen, and y'all just got to listen to what she do it on the Facebook. Bang. But at the end of the day, y'all, our sponsors, Blue Note, thank you. Club 717, Division Street Lounge in Melrose Park, and Gen Care. And I have two special guests. My son. Y'all just don't know this my boy. Win or lose, or however it go, we down for each other. Yes, so at any rate, the topic of the week, one of the topics of the week was the mall that was not at the mall. The brawl that was not at the mall. Oh, Jesus Christ. What happened?
OMG.
Come on now.
OMG.
I know.
That was black unity at its finest.
And that was a step. But I see some earrings, chair earrings.
Yes. I'm getting a brooch, crossbody, all of it. I'm getting the chair kit.
Okay.
Well, they did say that
they said the chair sold out.
Yeah.
Did they for real?
No, I'm just messing around. I'm just saying that's what everybody on now. That's the wave right now.
They on the chairs,
holding chairs,
and they on Pookie Phelps.
You
don't know that Pookie Phelps.
The young man that was swimming.
Across
they started a GoFundMe for him.
Yeah.
And he refused to take the money.
Yeah, he said all he wanted was some boots.
Yes, he was saying, but you know what? He said
he
only
was 16
did
or 17 years old.
16. He said he did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is you saw it started out with the black man getting jumped by the right group.
And he was doing his job.
He simply was doing his job.
Y'all gotta move. Because the ferry boat is coming up to dock people to let the people off the boat. And one of the people that was with the guy that owned the boat, he attacked him.
Yes.
And that's when it went down. So the question to me is that when he took his hat off and he threw it in there, was that a sign of distress or he was ready to get out?
No, that was the bat signal.
He was ready? That was the bat signal?
He was ready.
Okay.
And he was soliciting help.
I didn't understand it. And then I seen these young boys skipping down. They were skipping down the dock. And the young man commentated. He said, man, if you ever see some brothers skipping, they trying to find some balance. They ain't running down the hill to get one. They walking down the hill to get them all. Yes. And I was like, oh, man, that was crazy. But from the bottom of my heart, I hope it don't spill over into a lot of other things because that kind of video can kick off into some bad news. It was a blessing that nobody really got hurt.
Well, they say they will have about 3 people in custody. As of right now. So I'm wondering who those 3 people are.
Well, the guy with the chair,
the chair is
definitely going to jail.
He going to jail because they took him down
definitely
first. So that's going to be one of the issues. And then the other issue is that since nobody got hurt, I hope
nobody got hurt.
But listen, I mean, seriously hurt.
Okay.
But I hope the Asians and the whites and the blacks and the whites and the black, you know what I'm saying? This thing could kick off
so many other
whole
things,
different other ways. And, and that's what my prayer is, that none of that happens. So, but that was something else. The brawl that was not in the mall. That's true. And then, we got Gen Care. Gen Care is one of our favorite sponsors, and they got a lot of activities going on. They're doing the Wind Down Wednesdays with the Maywood Park District. They're doing the Bellwood Fest. They'll be out there along with
Lady Z, guys.
Lady Z and
Omarioni.
Yes.
Omarioni. So they'll all be at the Bellwood Fest. But they also have a Maywood Healthcare for Gen Care, August the 12th at 12th and Harrison from 12 to 4. Then they have they're going to give away $100 free groceries to customers that come into what they call it, the Fresh Market in Forest Park, Bill Winston's church. And that's going to be from 12 to 2 on the 12th. And then on the 29th, they're going to have Medicare 101 from 11 to 3 at their location on Cermak Road. So look them up. Gen Care is doing some good things. Now, we talked about the brawl that was not at the mall, but I want to shout out a couple of more things. District 209 superintendent was released, I understand. Anybody got any information?
He resigned.
He resigned?
Mm-hmm.
But I heard he resigned under a
Duress.
package deal, under a little pressure. He's a victim. 209.
I was 209.
So
209.
what happened? What to your understanding?
I just think it was just a differences in personalities.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the board changed, am I correct?
The board did
The
change.
board changed, Miss Kelly, and a lot of people lost their positions and the board changed, so they switched it around. Well, hey, hopefully everything works out and they can go in for the kids, because I'm all
As long
about
as it's
the
about the
kids.
kids.
Yeah, I'm all about the kids.
They've been cutting up in them board meetings. I've been missing out.
Yeah, they had fun. Matter of fact, my
Say
friend,
they had a lot of fun.
my friend, my pastor Wiley, he had to go down there and calm some people down. They
Oh,
was like,
God.
they got excited a little bit. I was like, Pastor, you gonna pray for him? Don't do that. But anyway, another thing on the sad note, shout out to my boy Wamo. It's his birthday, Everett Coleman. And the guy that used to give me the keys to the gym to open it up for my sons and the rest of the community, Danny Coglanese. He was the Proviso Township treasurer, and he was the buildings and grounds supervisor at that time. But if you look on the Proviso Township check, his signature is on there, and he passed
How we
away.
get one of those checks?
It's too late now. He can't get none now. He not with his signature on it. You can get one without his signature
I'm
on it.
asking how.
But he passed away, and he was a fun-loving guy. He loved owls, and he was just a good dude. So shout out to him too. And then did y'all hear about this guy that got murdered in Utah that threatened to kill Biden?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was that about? His name was Robertson or something like that.
Yeah, I heard the story, and I thought that it was, in my mind, it's just when you're in a political position like that, I think you always have to worry about those things. And from my understanding, he wasn't just going after Biden; he was going after Kamala, as well as someone else on Biden's staff.
Okay.
So it was not specifically targeting Biden, but it was more about the collective. But I think that's interesting. But I think when you're in political office like that, you always risk something potentially like that happening. I know Obama went through the same thing, and I was even more worried with him, obviously, for obvious reasons. But yeah, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that it happened to the young man, but that's the name of the game.
But was it
That's
just
how
talk?
goes.
I know he made a threat, but what else did he do?
Well, they had videos, they had tapes of him, social media of him threatening and saying Biden was a liar and stuff like that. So they went in and got all his computers and all of that, and they took all that information in. So they
He
have
was
a lot.
definitely on a mission.
Yeah, he was on a mission. He was trying to do his thing. But anyway, my boy SB.
Somebody got murdered. He said,
SB
anyway.
3, yeah. What else can you do?
I know.
When I die, I'm
Moving
gone.
on.
I can't come back. If I could come back and have fun, I would do that. But life is just not like a hotel. You can't just check in and check out and check back in.
Right.
Once you check out, it's
over with.
Go on and hit him with on with the announcements.
She's talking about, well, she like, what else is there to say? Lady
Nothing.
Z?
Nothing. Give him the announcement.
But listen, we got Black Business Month, and this is very important for us because financially, people are trying to do things different, do things better. Sterling's mom used to come home all the time talking about multiple streams of income.
Mhm.
Man, that was one of the things that with the house, and I think he understood it better than I did.
Mhm.
And that's because my daddy taught me, get a job,
Mhm.
take care of your family, make sure they secure, make sure they eat, make sure that they they can go places and do things. And he said, more importantly, support them.
Mhm.
His mom she was in the corporate world, and she brought in that multiple streams of income when she go to them conferences, them meetings and stuff like that. Sterling, how you feel about that? What?
I mean, it definitely, helped me, and, gave me a foundation. I think I got both of them. I got the, support your family and, make sure you got those 7 to 10 that I believe you should have streams of income. And, I'm on my path to that. I got a few things that I'm, putting into place, things that are already into place. But it's big though. It's big for me to do. And then it's even, larger, and it's more magnified with the foundation and the kids looking at me, and all of the, supporters and everything, fans and all of that. They, watch, every move, social media right now, you can't really,
Run from it.
you can't run from it at all. So, I embrace it, and then, I always had that, hustle and ambition in me, from, when I was young. You seen it, me just everything I got my hands on, I tried to sell it, so, that's always been in me.
And you know what? And this is the truth. I had a friend, and I don't know, but anyway, I had a friend. I'm not gonna call his name, and he had some product that he was interested in, and it was those
Like the beats.
The beats.
Headphones.
Yeah.
and Daddy, where you get that from? I need some of them. And he take it, we get 5, 6, 7, 8 cases of them or whatever, and he sell them all. He come home, money in his pocket, and I didn't have to take care of him back then because he was selling these beats, and he always had it in you. So when people look at you and they're gonna say, Sterling, I got on this SMU stuff, I got on this provisory stuff, because we 60153 all
For
day.
sure.
But at the end of the day, what was your ambition? What were you trying to accomplish, and what have you learned out of that?
I would say it's twofold because, obviously I got the basketball and, the sports always, had that fire to be the best in that, world. But I also wanted, to take care of my family and support my family, get us out of the situation we was in. Not saying we was in the toughest, but I always wanted better for us because I'd seen more. I seen, I had a different outlook on certain things, obviously Shannon being, in the position that he was in, and just being able to, get outside of Maywood and, see what the world has to offer. So on the basketball side, I just wanted to be the best. I wanted, to live up to what he did and, exceeded in a sense. And then on the other side of it, business wise, I needed to figure out what it was that I was going to do after basketball. And, that was never the thought process, like after basketball, but it was like, okay,
But that's a reality.
Yeah, it's
That's
definitely
a
a
reality.
reality. And it's needed, especially for a lot of us athletes, NBA players, we don't have that that mindset to think outside of basketball. It's okay, we in this right now, we gonna grind and we gonna get it. And then after basketball, we figure it out. And for some people it's too late. It take them years to figure out that transition and what they're gonna do. But for me, it's always been, easy because I always had that hustler mindset. So that's something I just got to keep building on. I'm always the youngest and where I'm at, so I always listen and take heed to what what's around me and all of the advice and everybody that's around me, and I put it into action.
Put it in action. Now listen, so we have different kind of businesses that we're working with. Lady Z, you got a brick and mortar.
Mhm.
You got a building. You sell your garments from your building. What are the ups and downs? What are the struggles trying to get that? Because this is black Business Month, and these kids need to know what they're going to be up against if they say, I'm going to get a brick and mortar, I'm going to get a restaurant, I'm going to get a clothing store. What are some of your ups and downs? What are some of your struggles?
Well, definitely having a brick and mortar. Obviously, you have a location where people can come and actually see the product. They can see whether or not it's of good quality. They have a one-on-one personality. A lot of times people want to feel like they're VIP. Everybody want to know the owner, to a club, to a restaurant, especially to a store. And then to come in and they see, hey, oh, are you the owner? They like the respect, as far as the downfall, I would say lack of support, a lot of times from the local communities. We don't get a lot of support. We don't always get, I would say, offers from banks. As far as capital is concerned, a lot of times with Black businesses, we're using our own money. And a lot of times that's why a lot of us fail.
So do they have small business loans out there? Do they have stuff that out there like that you can apply for?
They do, but a lot of times we jump off the porch sometimes. Everybody wants to be a business owner, but don't really know exactly what it entails. Like a lot of us don't have our paperwork in order. And if you don't have that intact, then you don't qualify for grants and, those type of opportunities. So first we got to learn, business etiquette. We got to learn financial literacy. It's a lot of things that we need to know prior to going into business.
So, and you're in the financial world.
Yes.
Tell us what association with Black businesses and what we need to do to get to the next level.
I think what Z just said was really critical, which is basically understanding how to become eligible for those types of programs. And then you also have to be in a position, which I'm sure you guys do a lot of, which is networking. You never know who you're in the room with. And then there's organizations out there that specifically focus and support Black-owned businesses and cultivating and getting individuals eligible and prepared and prepped for those types of things that you're going to run into. So it's a lot of resources, but again, it's one of those things is you don't know what you don't know. And a lot of things you're going to learn by trial and error, unfortunately. But there are resources out there. The organization that I work for has a program specifically built around small business owners. And they have grants and programs. We actually have my organization every year is responsible for giving out a certain amount of income that we earn. 1% of our earnings we're supposed to give out to support community-based businesses, but it has to be on like a financial level where you have to be a member of our organization, which goes back to qualifying and all of those things.
Those are the inequities in Black businesses.
Yes.
So when the people was applying for the PP loans, some of them going to jail right now.
For real.
But I'm saying, what's the legitimate way to go about that? Like the lady Z say, you got to have your paperwork in order.
Yes.
And then that way, if they come back and they want to audit you, then you're
good. Ready. You're prepared, and you have things lined up. So the biggest part of it is just ensuring on the front end, though it may take a lot of work, it may position you where you're a little uncomfortable because you're learning things, you're having to position yourself in a way that may be a space that's new for you. The time, the effort, the energy is worth it in the end.
There you go. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to call you mayor right now. I'm going to call you Katrina Thompson because this is about Black businesses. This is about creating your own range. Building your welfare. And you deal with a lot on Amazon with your business. And what's the name of your business and what are you selling? What's your product?
So my business is Amari Yoni. And my product is a Yoni feminine wash, a scrub, and an oil for vaginal dryness, pH balance, and it's all organic.
You got some of that stuff in here that we can see. I got
what you need.
Let me see. Let us see it.
Can you play that song? I got it.
I got that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I have the scrub.
That's the scrub for who?
This is for the woman.
For the woman, scrub.
So that's for women that you want to scrub with. Those that wax or shave,
Okay.
that reduces that. Then you have the feminine wash.
Show it to the camera. Feminine wash.
Feminine
I had
wash.
some the other day he gave me called Coochie Cool Shampoo. Coochie Cool Shampoo. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing
And then
now.
I have the yoni oil.
Okay. Now, what is that for?
So this is a hydrating oil. You can use it all over your body.
Okay.
But it's to help with pH balance, smell. So those women that work out all the time, you might want to put this on before you go work out, because those that wear those yoga pants, when you sweat, you can smell yourself.
Really? But is it naturally made products?
It's all organic and vegan.
Okay.
And then I have the intimate wipes, feminine wipes.
Oh.
So when you
Show
out
it
and
to the
about,
camera. We
when you
want the
out and
camera
about,
to see.
and you feeling a little sweaty, you could just go to the restroom, wipe up, throw it in the garbage. And then I have a soap called Wash Your Wop.
Wash
Okay.
it wow.
I am dead. I
This
love
is
it.
beautiful. I love it
And
too.
then I have an all organic yoni soap. This is just for your private part.
Okay.
So
Listen, if y'all got any questions, 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. Let's get it in. So, but you don't have a brick and mortar. You do a lot of your stuff online. Am I
Yes.
correct? How does that work with Amazon and the rest of the
So my
industry?
product is a web-based online product. I am on Amazon. Marioni is the handle for Amazon, and I do pop-up events. So I want to keep it local because I want to recycle our dollars and educate women on what it means to keep yourself up to par. Whether young girls or Asian women, because there's a lot of women that don't know. And like this card said, did you know the 5 feminine health facts about keeping you vaginal? 42% of women say they were never taught about vaginal health, and we can tell sometimes. Go to the bathroom behind somebody.
This the musty man, y'all. Y'all gotta understand what she talking about. Go ahead.
45% of women use soap that upset their pH balance.
Oh wow.
And so you want to use something organic and natural to not upset that.
Right.
And then if you intimate, when men come inside of a woman, it could throw off the pH balance.
Serious on this conversation.
No, hey, and I love it because this is black business, and these kids need to know. They need to know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
They need to understand how this market works. And you talking about black businesses, we got to be sharp. We can't be walking in the door and not knowing what we're talking about. We can't be walking in the door and trying to say this and trying to say that. So hey, I appreciate it. So Amazon, how do you work on Amazon?
So Amazon has a product, excuse me, for black businesses. It's called the Accelerated Black Business Product. And so they sign you up with a consultant that walk you through the best practices to sell your product on Amazon. And so they give you credits for marketing. They do professional photos for your product. They help sell it, and then eventually you can ship yourself, or they can ship it for you. So I'm at the part now where they shipping for me.
Okay.
So it's a process, but anytime we get into black businesses, sometimes we know we want to be entrepreneurs. We know we want to do something different. And like Sterling said, multiple streams of income. So you got to work until that stream becomes self-sufficient.
Right.
And so that's important, but it is a lot of work, especially when you work a job and you trying to make ends meet and you got a product that you want to sell. You got to be out there. And so if you're not visible, you invisible. And then like Z said, with the brick and mortar, the challenges that come with that, when we set up in black communities, we don't even support the businesses that's in our community. So how do you expect us to sustain and keep wealth within our own communities when the dollar leave our community faster than any other race?
Yeah.
And so we have to educate people on how we recycle our dollars, keep our dollars in our communities, whether it's an online-based business. And even like now, when we generate sales tax help our school districts, our libraries, our park districts, our municipalities. And so when we generate sales tax online, when you shop online with any product, those sales tax come back to that municipality. So it's another way that you can't see That's why a lot of brick and mortars have probably went away because of the online sales.
Okay.
And they need to be educated because these folks get mad when they see sales tax on their receipt when they come into my store.
But you have to pay that to the state, to
Right.
Department of Revenue, because I do.
Yeah.
But see, but this is what you're saying, and what happens is that when they walk in her store, that I thought I was gonna get a discount.
Yes.
But they can't get no discount off of Amazon. They can't get no discount. They got to pay what the product is worth. So that's one of the things that the kids need to look at is what the paying the product and what it's worth and how you stream it. But one of my questions is how do we get us Black Amazon?
Go to the.
How do we not get on Amazon?
How we create our
grow a Black Amazon? That's one of the questions that I have.
So Amazon got a platform, and the platform that they have is working for Black businesses. They have a ton of Black businesses that's on their platform that's doing very, very well. And they have a process, and once you learn and a lot of things is technology driven. So they got all of this technology that work behind the scenes that you can't see that. It's
AI.
Algorithms.
Yeah.
AI.
But they help you through this whole process. I mean, literally, they hand walk. I meet with my consultant every week. Every week, we talking about something
Okay.
on how to grow the business, how to get the credits to do the marketing. They give you so many credits once you hit certain phases in the building of the business. They give you certain credits so that you can market your product, or you can they even give you how you price your product. So that you're not losing money. So you got to calculate for online, you got to calculate shipping, packaging. Yeah. They walk you through all of that.
Okay.
Now,
and most people don't
that information. Can you go on
You can go to
Amazon.com
the Amazon and look at the Accelerated Black Business platform. But how I got connected to Amazon, I was at the Maywood Fest with my business last year, and it was somebody out there from Amazon, and they was just browsing each vendor. And this is why it's important that we market our products at vendors in a professional way. You can see I got professional labels. They are expensive, but it's what sells. It's marketing.
Any questions? 708-223-8953.
And she just walked up to me and said, would I want to participate in the program? So I asked what was included, because I know I ain't got a lot of time.
y'all getting some real knowledge right here. 708-223-8953. Now, outside of this, and what I was mean by, like, we got a few billionaires, Black billionaires, or whatever the case might be, and we got the man that owns Amazon. How can we in the Black community own our own Amazon or Amazon style?
Everything is about money, and you got to have investors. So, and then the other thing is, how do you sell a concept to an investor that want to invest in your product? So you have to have a business plan. Create a business plan so that you can tell your story, so investors want to invest in your brand. It's all in how you brand yourself.
Okay. So for sure. And you got to have some influence and some, some resources and, a team really to do something like an Amazon. Like Amazon is not, just an overnight thing. Like they've been, working, they didn't expand it. They, got a good base. So, it's going to take a lot of the people that's wealthy, that got the, connections and all that, and that know, like everybody said, the technology of it, because that's not just we punching in 2 codes and this how you sell and this how you get your money. No, like it's a whole algorithm and all that through there. So it's gonna take a combination of everything, from all levels. And we can do it. We just gotta have a commitment, and we gotta have the support. Really.
Yeah, y'all don't know how happy I am to sit here.
Man, I'm proud.
And just have fun. But listen, the other day a guy gave me, and we're gonna take it to another level. He gave me a stock information. He said, you got 15, 20,000, invest in this, it's going to be this and it's going to be that, whatever the case might be. I said, man, you're talking foreign to me. I'm going to send this to my son and I'm going to let him do that. Sterling, when I was going to the YMCA and all the brothers, we used to like to watch ESPN. But then white boys was watching the stocks.
Yes.
They would turn it on the stocks, and you better not touch that doggone TV until they move. Yep. And it was like a little club, but we want to watch ESPN. They want to watch the stocks. How did you get into stocks? Tell me how that happened.
I mean, really,
I ain't know nothing about no stock. I knew about a sock, but not a stock.
Yeah. No, it was.
You on a roll with these sayings.
Sure, he always got one for every situation. But it was really just that extra stream. You know, they're really just trying to figure out how I can get it. You know, how I can add something to the bag, and I really got dove into it during COVID. You know, when everybody was on quarantine, lockdown, and you know, I ain't really had too much to do, so I studied. Shout out to one of the guys that I looked at, Wall Street Trapper. You know, he definitely, you heard him, right? Yeah, he nice with it. He definitely
young boy, right?
He fairly young. You know, older than me, and I'm younger than everybody, so I can't really say young. You know, but he definitely. I looked at his course and everything, and I studied it, and you know, I looked at the ins and outs of the stock market, how to read it, you know, how to evaluate a company, you know, how to see, you know, what's on their books, how much debt they in, what they can possibly be, you know, going towards, like what's some of their, you know, future plans and all of that. And, you know, it's definitely lucrative. You know, like he say, you know, we print money like through stocks. And that's really what, you know, he show you too. And it's a lot of people out there that's doing stocks, you know, options. It's different ways to get into it. Day trade. And I know a lot of, you know, my friends and homies, they getting into it now. So it's definitely a good, you know, avenue to go towards. It's going to take time, though. You know, you're going to have to study and sit there, know what you're doing. You just can't put your money in and expect it. You know, some people
turn over overnight.
Yeah, some people might hit a home run, but some people get lucky.
Right.
You go back in there, you might lose all of that. Then what you going to do?
Right.
You know, so it's something you got to take your time with, study.
See, I'm scared. I ain't got that much money.
No, but they
I'll
have.
be taking bad down.
But they do have stock advisors for people that are scared. Like me. Like I'll do the work, I'll research and all of that, but just really knowing they do an assessment of your risk style to understand, are you more risky? Are you in the middle? Do you have low risk tolerance? And then they'll tell you or suggest to you, you know, where you should put your money, how long you like to wait to see a return and all of those things. So they have people out there that will support you through the process. So you don't have to feel as if you're just going out there on a limb trying to learn it all on your own.
Okay, that's almost like with Amazon. They got somebody to teach you, to walk you through the program.
Yeah.
But it's just taking the time. Don't mean to cut you off.
No,
a lot of us don't take
cut
the
me
time
off, man. Just
to learn,
learn and
because
study.
This is the part that the kids need to know.
Yeah.
They need to know the truth. They need to know, hey man, this ain't that easy.
Right.
If I had 100,000 and I gave 100,000 and I'm guaranteed money, it don't work like that.
Well, they looking at white people that have generational wealth,
and they can do that.
and we don't have that in the black community. You know, when we get a piece of land, we sell it or we lost it.
Okay.
And so when we don't have the right mindset and we don't have financial literacy in the home, until that generation is broken, it's always going to be repeated.
Yeah.
So someone has to break that mindset.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the hardest thing to change is the mind.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
And so Sterling, I'm gonna tell y'all something else too. Sometimes they be in the same room and I call one Sterling and one Shannon. So I do that all the time.
I definitely expected at least twice.
I know he did because I always do it. And then I start calling them SB2 and SB3 because all of that stuff. But anyway, you do the stocks, but you got other businesses that has transcended into making you a few dollars. What else are you working with?
I got a few things. I'm definitely heavy into real estate on both sides, commercial and residential. I got a trucking company, a car rental service. I just really got into the steel industry. That's not, you know, everybody really don't know about that one. That's a lot to that. But the steel industry, what else? I got cannabis. I'm into crypto a little bit. Obviously stocks. We just talked about. Those some of the ones that I'm working on, you know, but I'm definitely heavy in the steel industry right now, you know, trying to figure out that world. And you know,
I'm broke, but he in the steel, y'all.
That's gonna bring it home for a lot of
everybody.
us.
But see, what I'm saying is this: multiple streams of income, You working it out. You're a free agent right now, figuring out how this thing gonna work, whatever. But outside of basketball, you still good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what I gotta be like. I can't, put all my eggs in one basket,
Right.
because basketball, it really can't. I didn't want it to define me, and who I am. It's definitely what I do, and I'm doing good at it. I don't, want to brag or nothing, but I definitely put the work in, and the results show. But that's not, who I wanted to be known for. That's not what I want to be known for. That's, just a time period in my life. I've hopefully, a few 10 plus years. And then after that, I got what's next, So I'm definitely building. I got a large team that I'm, trying to build to, sustain everything. But outside of basketball, it's how you gonna go get it.
So you said something that was very important. You say you got a team that you're working with. What qualifies them to be part of your team?
That's big. For me, really, it starts with me. I gotta trust. I really, gotta trust and believe that we on the same page and we got the same vision. Everybody don't got the same outlook on things, and they don't want to get to the same place. I'm shooting for the stars. I'm trying to get there, and it's just really everybody got their own lane. So you can't really bring certain people into other lanes because they might, swerve, or they might try to, get you off course with their ideas, but they not thinking how you thinking. So you got to keep people in their lanes, but try to uplift them and try to get them to grow with you, at the same time. And they obviously, if you talking to them, you sitting down, they got to have that knowledge in that field that you in. And really just like I said, the trust part, that's the biggest thing for me.
So and when trust, do you say part of your team, they have to be equally economically with you, or you teaching them how?
No, I'm doing both. I'm learning and teaching. They say the saying that you never should be the smartest one in the room. So I'm always in a room where I can learn, but I'm also in a room where I can teach and have others grow with me, because it takes a village, and I know it's a lot of people that's not in my position, and I got to do what I got to do to make sure the boat float regardless of what goes down. So I'm in both. I'm in the learning and the teaching. So it's needed.
I'm proud to say, as your father, I've learned a lot from you.
Yeah,
and that's that's a blessing for me, because the way you treat people and the way you handle your business, I've learned, and I'm proud of you.
No,
I'm proud of you,
sure.
100%.
We proud of you.
We are proud of you.
At the end of the day, Katrina, tell us what is most important about putting yourself in a position to become your own business owner. What do they have to do?
So this is not my first business venture.
Okay.
And I have multiple businesses. I own real estate, I own a consulting company, and then I have a product. And so on the product side is a little bit different from the consulting side, because on the consulting side, I do a lot of project management for other companies. And then the rental, it's rental property. So it's not just what you tap into. Like I said, it's a mindset. And once the mind change on what you want best for you and your family and how you can help other people, that's when you start seeing some real results. Mm-hmm. You don't see results when you're selfish.
Yeah.
And so you can't be selfish going into business. It's always about somebody else before it's yourself. Yeah. And when you understand that, you'll see things happen. And it's not always favorable. And sometimes it's very, very challenging, especially, I can imagine you dealing with probably, I heard you say at least 7 or 8 just right now. Mm-hmm. Just think of the different personalities you have to deal with, even though, and I'm getting ready to start another business with some partners. And this is the first time I've done a partnership business with a brick and mortar. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you all more. It's going to launch soon. But
why are you going to wait? Why are you going to keep us?
Because my name is Katrina and I can do that. My name is Katrina and I can do that.
And you did that.
But this is the first time that I've done a partnership with anybody. Okay. I've always done everything on my own. Okay. And so a partnership agreement, I mean, even just going through the partnership agreement and agreeing on different things, and even going into this building, just like the color scheme. Obviously, I'm not big on aesthetics and stuff. I like nice things, but color schemes and all, I'm like, y'all just pick the colors. I'm okay, whatever you do.
Sure.
Right.
I mean, but you have to have that type of mindset to know that it's not just about me. I got 3 other partners that I have to have consideration for when it's time to make decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so you're talking about different types of businesses and how you work that system.
Right.
But how you help somebody else.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, that's very
Because we
important.
creating jobs for people. I started this business, literally this Amarioni. It's not, I wanted to do it. It took me 2 years to launch it because I wanted to research the chemicals. I hired a chemist to test the chemicals that's in here to make sure everything was legit, because my brand and my name is everything to me. But I started this business for my daughter. When she graduated from college, she didn't know if she was going to get a job. So I was like, okay, well, this would be something you could do until you do whatever you're going to do.
Sure.
But what happened? She got a job
Yeah.
teaching first grade in Texas. So now I'm stuck with doing this too. Because I can't go backwards, but it's doing pretty well. I mean, I got customers across United States doing this.
And that's what it's all about. I mean, we're trying to really figure it out. I got a great team right here. Y'all just heard them. They gave you some advice about brick and mortar. They gave you advice about the financials, advice about the Amazon, the stocks, the different things that we're doing. But at the end of the day, especially to my young people, I want you to understand you could do what you want to do.
Yes.
Don't let nobody steal your dreams. Don't let anybody kill your
one
dreams.
person.
Stay away from negative people. Stay
Yes.
away from all of that crazy stuff. Now, we're gonna close out in a minute. But Sterling, what brings you in town?
So I got my camp going on this week. The 4th annual Sterling Brown Skills Summit at Proviso West. It's really the 5th year, but we just started. We cleaned it
Changed
up.
the name,
We changed it up. But no, it's definitely something that I'm, passionate about, because I grew up, in the camps. The Michael Finley, the Corey McGetty's, the Shannon Brown camps, and all of that. And it's something that, as a kid, I look forward to. Every summer during the school, like, we trying to figure out when Mike Finley having his camp, because we meeting people. I didn't met people, from Memphis. I never was went to Memphis during that time. So it's something that that gives life to the kids in the community. And once Mike Finley and Shannon stopped doing it, it was like, okay, what's next? So then when I got in the position that I was in, it's okay, I got to bring this back. It was inspiring. It was exposure for some kids. It was gave them the love for the game, in certain ways. So we got that going on from. Today was the first day. Sunday is the last day. We're going, Friday, Saturday. Kids are going from 9 to 4. And we teaching them, everything. This is the first year that we included STEM and robotics during their downtime. So they, playing basketball in the morning, skills and drills and all of that. Then after lunch, they doing
That lunch, what you feed them, man?
we got a variety of stuff. I try to support, the black business.
So what happened? Who you feed today?
We had the Chicken Shack right there on Roosevelt.
The Chicken Wing King.
Yeah, for sure.
Trevor
shout out
in
to
the
Trevor.
building.
Then we got Starship. They got their subs and everything that we're gonna have tomorrow. So that's we feed them lunch. Everything is free. Just want the kids to come out, have a time, and all of that. So and on Sunday we got we call it Championship Sunday. So we're gonna have all of the All-Star Game, championship events, award ceremony, then having a little carnival afterwards for the kids in the community. So everybody come out, Sunday, starting from 4 going till 8. We're gonna have rides, games, music, fun,
Bounce house.
All that good stuff for the little kids. We got zip line.
Chris, you can't get in the bouncy house.
I'm getting in the bounce house. That's about the only thing I can get in was the bounce house. But man, listen, from the bottom of my heart, I love each and every one of y'all for coming out and sharing your stories. And Sterling, I'm proud of you. Lady Z, I'm proud of you. Toya Capri, Katrina Thompson, also as the mayor. And you're doing some boss stuff in this town.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Black businesses is coming real big. So I don't know, but
some gifts.
Some gifts.
some giveaways.
Oh,
What we got here?
what's she gonna give me?
Phone wash for you.
Phone wash for you.
Phone wash for you.
Phone wash for you.
And King Intimate Wash. So we do have a King Intimate Wash for
Can't
the
get to the
gentlemen.
wash.
Yeah.
What? That's the scrubber.
And guess what? I also brought my bag Viola Shy, which is in Broadview.
Show it to the camera. They
Sure.
need to
Black
see.
owned cannabis store in Broadview on Roosevelt Road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but actually, from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every last one of you. And we always say, as we end the show, treat people the way you want to
That's
be
right.
treated,
For
and
sure.
never give up. I don't care what you do, never give up. Thank you from the Love Movement.
Okay.
Salute, baby.
Just got dressed, need something to get into.